What's up, everybody? It's Dragon from Strong Dragon Training today with a video on intermittent fasting. Just information today, no weird exercises for you to look at. Intermittent fasting is pretty much the latest thing going out there when it comes to diet, nutrition. So I really think it kind of took over the whole keto idea. But really and truly, what's happening out there is a lot of people are doing either keto or intermittent fasting, or they combine the two together. So today I'm going to talk strictly about intermittent fasting. I personally prescribe that to some of my clients as well because it does work if you do it right. Conventionally speaking, if you ask or Google or just somebody random off the street, what is intermittent fasting, they tell you fast for a certain amount of time, and then you get your calories in the time you are allowed to eat. All the calories that your body requires, you get them in, and then you start fasting again. Now, what's the whole deal about this one? Essentially, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get your body into a higher burn mode to really tap into more of the storages that it has, as opposed to keep on having meals, or rather glucose and fat and everything readily available from food. So over the 8, 10, 12, 14, or 16 hours of fasting that you do, the body essentially has no choice but to start burning off the excess in the storage, and in exchange you start losing weight. Then in the 8 hours or whatever you have in between when you wake up, or rather when you break your fast and when you start fasting again, you get all of your meals in there. Now, some people do it wrong from a conventional point of view. Some people do it wrong from really any point of view. Generally speaking, most people have a good grasp about what to eat in between, but my biggest thing is either people diving too deep into the fast and not being able to follow it or maintain the fast for a consistent amount of time for a consistent period, or they just really eat whatever they can get their hands on when the fasting stops. So you got to be really smart about this one. If it's your first time doing fasting, like I said, I prescribe this to my clients as well because it does work if you do it right, okay? So I would say 85%, 80 to 85% of people that I've tried it with, it works. It gains results, but you have to do it right. So if it's your first time fasting, you need to take it slow. So what happens is the fasting is a certain period of the fast happens overnight when you're sleeping, because that's really when the fasting starts, like pretty much before you go to bed. And then a period of time you keep it during the day, during the morning. It kind of goes into your lunch almost, depending how long you do it. So let's, just to keep things easy and simple, let's say you sleep for 8 hours a night, right? Not too many people get that anymore. I know I don't because of busy schedules and whatnot. But let's say, for argument's sake, you sleep for 8 hours, okay? So you already have 8 hours of fasting right there, done and over with for you because you're sleeping. So if you are a beginner, I would say test the waters out. So go for 10 hours of fasting. So you've done your 8 hours during your sleep, and you add 2 more hours when you wake up, in which time all you get into your system is water. Now, generally I give people lemon or lime water to go with it. So I tell them put lemon into it because that citrusy and lemon has that effect to get your body burning a little bit more. So I tell them have lemon water in the time that you're fasting. Now, when you break the fast, you gotta be careful. In the morning, usually, even if you don't fast, once you have your breakfast, you don't necessarily dive in deep right when you wake up and eat all the fatty food imaginable and everything that really comes to your fingers you put down your throat. Start smart, okay? Have a normal breakfast, a nice light breakfast to ease your body into the day. So maybe a cup of oatmeal, or maybe a little bit of eggs, like egg whites with a little bit of yolk in it, maybe some vegetables, maybe some mushrooms, a little bit of chicken. So very light things. Don't go into deep fried stuff or sweets. Fruit is also okay, but what I find is some people would go 2 to 3 cups of fruit because they say fruit is very healthy, and they end up going into they feel tired afterwards. So they get that spike of sugar and then they go down again on energy. So really, you want to get your body into a mode that, yes, you broke the fast, you have some energy now, and you're ready to take on your day, because during this time you should be working out as well. And if you don't do weight, at least do some cardio. Even though you're doing this intermittent fasting, it always leads better results if you put some physical exercise with it. So your first meal should be something light but something hearty, something that gives you energy. So some good sources of carbs, like coming from grains. So like I said, a little bit of oatmeal, maybe with some blueberries inside or some bananas inside, or maybe you have a smoothie that you mix in vegetables and some fruits, but you don't necessarily go crazy with just the fruits, right? And definitely you're not looking to have cheese and deep fried or whatever other foods are out there, or you run to your first McDonald's and you just go crazy on it. So you want to start nice and light. Afterwards, after the first meal, when you break your fast, I generally recommend to my clients 2, maximum 3 hours, you keep on having small meals, so small healthy meals. Maybe after that it's a snack. Then you have another meal, chicken, vegetables. Your snack can consist maybe of some fruit, maybe of some nuts, depending on what diet you're on, right? Depending on what you're trying to achieve. But most of the time, you're aiming to lose weight, right? And believe it or not, even people that are trying to gain muscle and gain weight, they still do the intermittent fasting, because in my case, even though I want to build muscle, I don't want to get too much fat on. So intermittent fasting is a great way to kind of burn unwanted fat, but still keep on taking in the calories as you go on and build lean, good, strong muscle. So, like I said, generally people are trying to lose weight, period, not build muscle, not build anything. So consistent small meals at equal intervals of time is what will get that high metabolism going, will get you burning. In other cases, I also recommend bone broth, beef bone broth with some vegetables inside. It's very delicious. Some people really get disgusted at the idea that, oh, bone in a soup and I just have to drink that. Yeah, it's actually very delicious, very nutritious, and a very great and easy way to break your fast, right? It's a gentle spike of nutrition for your body that doesn't put you in that super tired and I want to sleep now mode. So that's the food in between. Once you get used to this one, 2 to 3 days of this 10-hour fast, increases to 12 hours. Your goal ideally, and what studies have found that is the most effective time for fasting, or effective period of time for fasting, is 16 hours. So that's 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of wake, doing your daily activities, daily chores. In some cases, you can even do fasted cardio, so run on a treadmill while you're doing the fast and things like that. But what it's trying to get at is, at night when you're sleeping, yes, your body repairs, yes, your brain still works and everything, the body tissues and all that repairs and grows, regrows and all that stuff. But it's during the day where the real stuff happens, where the body has to work harder. So at night, it's quote unquote easier for your body to be able to fast than it is in the morning. A, because it's faster for you, so you won't even realize that you're doing it. But during the day, you have to exert more energy, you have to exert more force, you have to, even if it's walking to the bus stop or walking to work or whatever, you know, it's much harder for your body to maintain that fast, and that's when you want it. Right before in the evening, when you finish, when that's your 8-hour period or 6-hour period of when you get in your calories, your last meal is the meal that is going to help your body rebuild overnight. So it's going to give your body this spike of nutrients needed to fix and repair overnight, and once that is done, it has to tap into the storages to keep on giving you energy to move and to function and to literally survive for the 16-hour period. So really, it's not rocket science on intermittent fasting, and most people get the gist of it, the idea, get the concept of it, but like I said, they do it wrong. The one thing, like I said, is the fasting times. Most people know it has to be 16 hours, but most people can't do 16 hours. So they try the first day to do 16 hours, they realize they can't, the next day they say, oh, I gotta go lower. So they go down to 10 hours. But then they go up to 14 hours. But then they realize they can't do that yet still, so go back to 10 hours. Then they go back down to 8 hours, or maybe the next day they forget to do it. That kind of yo-yo effect's a very, very bad idea to do to your body from a fasting point of view. So If you're going to do it, progress your body into it. Every 2 days, add 2 hours to your fasting, or maybe even 4 days, depends on your body. See how you respond the first couple of days and see if you need a little bit more time to get yourself into it. If that's the case, every 4 days, increase by about 2 hours. Maybe one. Generally, I increase by 2 hours. So increase it. Keep it for a couple of days. Increase it again. Keep it for a couple of days. When you get to 16, keep that month. Keep that month and a half, 2 months, however long you're planning on doing it, however long your body can really handle, or you can really handle mentally. But don't go up and down, up and down, up and down. You're really, really killing the whole idea. And that yo-yo effect is just going to get in bad results of the diet. Progress to it, and once you're there, keep it. Okay, when you're done, you're done. But during the fast time, keep that fast for the amount of hours that you've set. Don't go up and down. And during the eating period, once you break your fast, be careful with your food. High sugary foods, pop, sweets, high in carbs food, high in saturated or trans fats foods. Those ones I always say no to my clients. Some people do it and they say they see some results. Some people say, yeah, I've tried it, I've done all of this, but I'm not seeing nothing. Well, generally speaking, it's because you eat crap when you're allowed to eat. So yes, they say get all your calories in during that time, but that doesn't mean get your calories from wherever you can. Make smart choices, make smart decisions. Ease your body out of the fast with some very light food, bone broth, some light oatmeal, and even oatmeal is a little bit harder on the body, but not as bad as if you go and dive right into the sausage or dive right into the beef or anything like that. Nice and gentle food, eggs, smoothies, like I said, the bone broth. After that, 2 hours after, have a little bit of a snack. 2 hours after, have another meal, maybe some chicken with vegetables, a cup of brown rice, or maybe a sweet potato. So depending on what your diet is. And then once you're ready, so you know when you go to sleep, you know how you have to set these ones up before. And again, when you decide to break your diet, try to make a realistic time. Don't say, oh yeah, I'm going to stop eating at 8. I'm going to go to bed at 10 and I'm going to have my 8 hours of sleep and then start my fasting again. But the next day you're going to go to bed, you're going to stop fasting at 10. Or maybe the day after you're going to stop fasting at 6. Again, that change of time going up and down is not a good idea for your body. Try to keep it consistent. Maybe try for a couple of days and do a conscious effort to stop your eating at 8 p.m. Go to bed by 10. If you find that kind of doesn't work, you really need to do, after 2, maybe 4 days, change that hour to maybe 9. But keep that 9 hour for 2 to 4 days. Or maybe you need earlier, go to 7. Keep that hour for 2 to 3 or 2 to 4 days rather. Don't go one day 8, one day 9, one day 6, one day 10, one day 11, one day 5. It's not a good idea to get that yo-yo effect, and you really confuse your body, and it doesn't like that extreme amount of change because now you don't know. So, but they say, yeah, well, I'm getting my 16 hours of fast. What's it to you? It's not to me, it's what I've seen the body responds to. The best idea when it comes to the human body is to keep a consistent and for a longer period of time, right? Slow progress is a good idea, but slow or fast yo-yo effect is a very bad idea. Even if you do, a half an hour, it's not a huge deal, but I suggest stay, for example, 8 p.m. you're done eating. 8 p.m. the next day, 8 p.m. the third day, 8 p.m. the fourth day. You realize my schedule is really not allowing for this anymore. Something has come up. I need to push up to 9. After 4 days, push it to 9, but then second day of 9, third day of 9, fourth day of 9. Preferably keep 9 after that. Try not to change it afterwards. Again, life happens. Go to 10, but then keep it at 10. Progress, or maybe go back to 8, but keep for those 4 days and beyond if you can. Don't yo-yo it. For some people there's definitely no food allowed. So some people I've had in the past who like to snack at night. That's obviously you're fasting. That's out of the question. During the day when you're fasting after you wake up for the remainder of the 8, 6, 10, whatever hours you're still fasting while you're awake, only water. No food, no snack, no nothing. So nothing solid that can give you calories will go into your mouth. Not even a smoothie or coffee is still allowed. Tea, I still allow people to have, especially green tea will help your body with going to overdraft. So you're not trying to completely cut out any kind of food going into your body. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to cut out all the food that goes to your body that can give energy to your body as opposed to your body burning the energy that already has stored. So in a nutshell, it's a very simple idea. You just have to be smart about how you do it. All right? Fast, get your calories in, but the smart way. Fast, consistent, progress if you have to, but keep it consistent, and then getting your calories from good sources of food. No sweets, no junk. Keep it high on vegetables, keep it good on protein, depending on how your body responds. Healthy fats, avocado, nuts. Don't go into or olive oil, coconut oil, that's still fine. But when you go into the vegetable oils, or when maybe you want to cook your chicken in some oil, don't drown the poor chicken. Put a little bit, just doesn't stick to the pan, and then have it in there, cook it, eat it that way. But be very smart on your choices. Just because you're allowed to have all the calories you can in the 8 or 6 or 10 hours of food that you get, that doesn't mean it can come from anything, okay? So give it a shot, guys. Intermittent fasting, it's the thing to do right now when it comes to diet. It does work if you do it right. I would say for a high percentage of people, it does give good results. It does give the body a change. But also, please don't forget, some physical activity is always preferred. So if you want to take it hardcore, do some fasted cardio. So during the time you fast, hit the cardio, then at night hit the weights plus some extra cardio. If not, do a little bit of cardio during the day, when you're eating, when you're not eating, doesn't matter. Just get a little bit active during this time, right? Don't just rely on the diet, because yes, it gives you results, but you get better, more stronger results when you're doing some physical activity with it. All right, so I hope this has cleared some questions out there, and if I miss anything, please leave me a question in the comments below. I've mentioned a million times in my videos, I will answer you guys within 24 hours. Good or bad reviews or good or bad remarks, I will answer them within 24 hours. And if I didn't make sense in this video, I'll be more than happy to make another one. Just tell me what you didn't understand, and I will definitely hit those points in the dedicated video for that. All right, you guys have an amazing day. I'll catch you on my next one. Bye.
Hey guys, it's me again. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, click like, subscribe to the channel. I will be putting out more. And if you have any questions, as I mentioned, please drop me a comment, drop me a question. I will get back to you guys, because that's the purpose of this video. I want to educate you guys on different concepts of diet, nutrition, and fitness as a whole. Follow us on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, and we will be posting lots of things. And of course, don't forget about our lines of essential oils. www.thestrongdragon.com/aromatherapy. We have amazing deals and guaranteed the lowest prices on the market for these essential oils. They're pure and from a vegan, kosher, and organic producer. No middleman and no strings attached. Check us out today.